Hey guys, what's going on? It is Chris here. We are looking at today's very early slate for Monday, January 20th. There's multiple reasons for that. The inauguration and also the college football championship is going on as well. So we got some very early games today. So, yeah, if you guys can go ahead and like the video, if you guys enjoy it, I would appreciate that. And also hit that sub button as well, as we do NBA Fanduel lineup advice videos almost every day. So yesterday wasn't the greatest day, unfortunately. Was trying to react to some injuries, and unfortunately, they didn't go our way. So it's a new day today. If you guys are interested, FanDuel and DraftKings is $25 per month separately. Two lineups per day, and then FanDuel DraftKings bundle is $35 per month, four lineups per day. Two for FanDuel and two for DraftKings. If you like the FanDuel Price Picks combo, it is $30 per month, and also we have Prize Picks by itself for just 20. And like I said, Prize Picks has been looking pretty good, so why not swing over and try that out as well? We do have a day pass. It's gonna be for FanDuel only, $9 for two lineups. If you just want one, it will be $5 for that. Excuse me. We also have we're gonna provide one free lineup per day. All we have to do is we just need your email. Just hit us up on our Twitter and just message us, give us a follow while you are there. Chris Anthony NBA 1, and then we'll get you guys all set up on that free lineup. So yeah, if you guys want to get in, would love for you guys to join us. Like I said, just hit us up on our Twitter. So today, like I said, we got an interesting five gamer. They do start at 11 a.m. Pacific time. So pretty dang early, as you see, 2.5 hours. I thought it was a I didn't see how early the slate was. So let's get into it here. We have Detroit and Houston. We have a 223 in Houston Rockets by 7.5. So I think this one has a little bit of value to it, to be honest with you. Um, like I don't mind Cade at 10-2. He's getting up there, but I think this could be a good one. The only thing that's scaring me away for Detroit, like I said, play them in a little bit of GPP format just because Houston is so dang good. But a little bit in me feels like, Detroit could keep up with them a little bit. So I think the main guy there is going to be Cade Cunningham. And also, if Amen Thompson's not out, is out, that's going to change things as well. We have a 7.5. Okay, so he may or may not play, depending on that. So that's another one. Like I said, if Amen Thompson out, I do like Detroit a little bit more here. Malik Beasley in deep GPPs. Asor Thompson could even be an option in GPPs. Tim Hardaway in GPPs. Like I said, GPPs only for these guys are not safe in cash games because Houston's such a good defense. If Thompson is in, I don't have a ton of these Houston guys. Maybe Alfred Sengun. If Thompson's out, obviously Green comes into play. Dylan Brooks comes into play a little bit. Cam Whitmore also gets a little bit of a bump as well. You got Tyree Eason at 5,800, another guy that could come out as we see and put up some numbers. So yeah, if Thompson's out, I think probably Eason is going to be the more popular play. But like you got Dylan Brooks as well. Not as great, obviously, but I think Eason will be the main guy there in ownership. Tobias Harris could be an all right option as well. So, yeah, just depends. For me, it depends on Thompson. If Thompson's out, this makes this game a little bit more competitive and a little bit nicer in fantasy as well. So keep an eye on that. Minnesota and Memphis is our next game. 235.5 in Memphis by 6.5. So this one should be good. We got a couple game time decisions here. We got Rudy Gobert. If he's out, I think a lot of people are going to go to Nas Reed for obvious reasons. I think McDaniels also gets a bump as well. So Nas Reed and McDaniels are two guys I would want to watch. And if Rudy's out, I really don't mind looking at Jaren Jackson as well. Rudy's not as good a defender as he used to be. He's still up there, obviously, but with him out, Jackson has a little bit easier um, game there. So the other guy is Santa Almada, 6,000 3-point shooter. I think he could be in a good spot here. His minutes are all right. Like I said, he's shooting a ton here. So that's the only thing I'm slightly worried about is shooting, but it's an easy matchup here against Minnesota. Like I said, Jaden McDaniels at 5,200. Memphis is not great overall, as we know, against the defense. So McDaniels in another good spot. Um, a lot of these guys from Memphis are actually pretty cheap. Like Jake, another guy that might be able to get some minutes. Just depends on what's going on with John Morant. I think last I saw, he's questionable. Upgraded to probable. Okay, so he is probable. So not as much Memphis, but yeah, I mean, still, I don't mind looking at John Morant, Jackson, are the two main guys that we'll look at. And then over, like I said, depending on what's going on with Rudy, Naz Reid, McDaniels, those guys get a bump as well. And then Edwards, 9,300, you can put him in there. He should get you about 42 to 45 in this one. He's kind of been all over the place. Still put on massive numbers. Maybe with Rudy being out, will help his rebounds as well. So maybe look at Edwards in there. And as we know, Memphis not that great at all against that center position. So definitely look to capitalize on a little bit of value if Rudy's out. Atlanta and New York Knicks should be a good one here. We have a 235 in New York by 6.5. Um, all right, so Trae Young is probable, and also Jalen Johnson's going to be back. I don't think he's going to play a ton of minutes in this one, but probably still going to play about 23 to 25. So I think that might help out Trae Young a little bit. But like I said, some of these other guys, this usage rate, like Hunter, might go down just a little bit. But we'll see what they do with Johnson. We do have Josh Hart that is questionable, and that is massive because he's very productive, especially on the rebounds and the assist category. So if he is out, that's going to change things dramatically. And also, Cat. See what's going on with Cat. If Cat and Hart are both out, it's going to be a lot of value. Let's say Hart's out and Towns is in, which I think that might be it. I really don't mind going back to the well with Towns at 10,000, especially with Hart being out, if that is the case. If Towns is out and let's say Hart is in, I would rather go Hart, and then obviously Precious Achua would get a little bit of my attention as well, especially both of them are out. Um, I mean Jericho, he's dead cheap. Doesn't really do a ton though, which kind of stinks. So keep an eye on the Knicks. I think that could definitely have some value. And also those guys being out, I think that could help open up a little bit for a combo as well if they're out. That's the big one there. So definitely keep an eye on this game. This game that is the one that I'm going to be keeping an eye on, and I think everybody else will as well, since there's some pretty big injuries right there. All right, Phoenix in Cleveland, 236.5, and Cleveland by 7.5. So, um, I don't have a ton from the big dudes in this one. Maybe look a little bit to the cheaper guys, like Levert, maybe in a couple GPP one-offs. With Mobley being out, Dean Wade comes into play. He's not really a big offensive guy, but the one thing he does do is shoot three-pointers and, and a little bit of inside as well. So, but maybe put him in there at 4,000. I mean, he's going to get playing time. I don't think he's going to get anything too crazy. I think he's going to carry ownership, probably 22, 23 points, but that's all you really need. Gorgeous Niang, another guy to look at 3,900. I'd rather go Niang over Dean Wade, to be honest with you, when we saw against Minnesota. 31, but he's more of an offensive guy. But both of them, I mean, you could plug in both for sure if you're going more cash games. Um, but for me, I think if anything, the thing that's very interesting to me is going to be Nick Richards. And the reason why I say that's because when Mobley and Allen are both down there, it's pretty impossible, to really do much. But with one of them being out, I don't mind looking at Nick Richards, and they're really relying on him here. So at 5,800, I think his ownership's going to be low. I don't mind taking a shot with him. I really don't. I think he's in a good spot, especially with Mobley being out. I know Allen's still on him, but I don't know. That's just my own personal thing. Nick Richards at 58. But besides that, on Phoenix, I don't really have anybody. And then, like I said, for Cleveland, Niang and Dean Wayne, you can look at as well. Last game of the day, we have Boston and Golden State a little bit later in the day at 2 Pacific time. Sorry about that. We have a 223.5 Boston by 10.5. That to me may make me feel maybe Curry's not playing, but also even if Curry's playing, it's gonna be hard for them to keep with him. So we'll have to see what's going on with Steph. If Steph's out, um, which I wouldn't be surprised here. It's already gonna be a blowout anyway. If he's out, like I said, Buddy Hield, Gary Payton, those guys come into play, and ownership's gonna go that way as well. Dennis Schroeder could be worth the world look, but he always kind of screws us over. Whatever he's supposed to be in a good spot. Derek White could be an okay spot, but I just don't know how many of these Boston guys you want. I think Wiggins will obviously get some ownership if he's out. Jackson's going to get some. Um, they just don't have a ton. They don't have a ton of dudes really right now. So they're we'll see what they do. Like so, they got a ton of injuries. Let me shoot. Santos can even come into play if he gets 20, 25 minutes. So let's go plug in a couple guys for you. Like I said, a lot of key injuries to really look at. That's going to decide this slate. So um yeah, point guards are not great today. Like I said, look at Buddy Hield. I know he's terrible, but look at him against if Curry's going to be out. I think Jalen Brunson at 91 is probably your main guy to look at. I do like Cunningham and GPPs, but if one of those guys are out for New York, Brunson's going to be the main option as it usually is. Down here, this is where it gets a little interesting. Like Dennis Schroeder, Buddy Hield, maybe if those guys are out. I just don't have a ton. Mike Conley, maybe, but hate going that way. Hate going that way for sure. Shooting guard. You see Levert and some GPPs. Dylan Brooks and some GPPs. Um, even Allen maybe in a GPP if Beal's out. Max Strus. I forgot to mention him, but he's another guy that might get you a little bit of points. But not a ton of value out there, as you see early on. Small forward position, like I said, those guys are all good. Keep an eye on Thompson, as I mentioned. Sinnigan, Eason, those guys come into play for sure. So, like I said, Eason will be almost a lock. Azar Thompson, as I mentioned, I don't know. Keep going back to him. Cam Whitmore as well, he could come into play. So there's a little bit of value down here. Dean Wade, as I said, Niang as well. So, and then for your big dogs, Kevin Durant's a 9-9. I think it's going to be a competitive game if he stays in it. So if anybody, you can go to Kevin Durant, Jaren Jackson, as I mentioned. Um, Brunson for sure. If Hart and Towns is out, Precious Achua comes into play. So just a lot of options, definitely. Depending on these injuries, OG Anunoby, I didn't really mention him much. Naz Reid as well, depending on what's going on with Rudy Gobert. So it's kind of one of those ones that's got to kind of wait it out and see what's going on. But if injuries happen, then there's some pretty good value out there today. So as normal, that is it. If you guys enjoyed the video, give us a thumbs up. I definitely do appreciate it. And also hit that sub button as well. We will be doing Fanduel Lineup Advice videos almost every single day for you. And like I said, if you guys want to come join us for premium, $5 just for a day pass for one lineup, $9 for two. If you guys want to get in on that free lineup, all you got to do is hit us up on our Twitter, message us, and we'll get you guys all set up. And like I said, FanDuel DraftKings is $25 per month, 2 lineups per site. Like I said, that is $25 each. So we'd love for you guys to come join us. If you guys have any questions at all, just about the slate, you guys can message me and we can definitely talk on Twitter as well. So, all right, guys, once again, thank you for watching. I appreciate it and hope you guys all have a pretty good day.